Good morning and God bless. Hope y'all are doing well. What a random and dope shiny to get to start off. We got a shiny Meowth. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's freaking go. Now, in this video, I want to go over something that's kind of crazy that I haven't made a video about yet, so I'm doing it now. So, we're going to talk about in this video Galarian birds. That's going to be kind of like the big topic today. IVs aren't bad, but that's so dope that it's a shiny. 100%. Dude, did a Groudon raid today. 2-star. And you're even going to watch me transfer it. Terrible, terrible. All good, all good. But the main thing we're going to focus on in today's video is the Go Pass June. So basically, how you rank up through here is through daily tasks. So that's catching Pokemon. There's other stuff like hatching 3 eggs, hearts with your buddy, raids. But the big thing is like catching Pokemon every day. So I think it's pretty. Oh, and also as you can see here, you can get up to 250 points a day, which is you get points from 40 for an egg, 5 for catching, and 100 for a raid. So at the moment, I don't have too much, but there's a lot of rewards that are really important in this that you're gonna benefit from. So first, I want to claim some of the research. So we have a baby Rockruff from a research. That is weird. I don't know what research that was. That's super cool though. Alright, IVs aren't bad, but the fact that it was a night form is crazy cool. I'm gonna transfer it low key. Oh wait, it's an extra small. Okay, I'm gonna keep it because I need it for my Pokédex. Dude, I'm weird. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I like having the XXS, XXL Pokédex complete. I'm weird. I had winter raid tasks in here, but I guess I have to win more raids, so that's all good. But big things I want to talk about, and the main thing is you're going to want the deluxe when it comes to this pass, and it's going to be pretty important because we'll talk about that right now. So this ticket in specific is from June 3rd, and it goes all the way to July 1st. So some of the big things you do get in here are the 1 super incubator, which you can technically use on 3 different eggs over time, if that makes sense. 1 lucky trinket, which a lucky trinket allows you to instantly become lucky friends and do a lucky trade, which is pretty cool. I love the lucky trinket idea. I think it's cool. I don't know if they can stack or not. If y'all know, let me know in the comments below. And then you also get a random Decidueye encounter. But if you don't know, Decidueye could be potentially shiny, so that's kind of cool. We went over a little bit of this, but premium rewards, like some of the important stuff, so 50,000 XP, then you'll get 11 different encounters, which we'll talk about a couple of those encounters that are pretty important. 2 incenses, a lot of Dynamax candy points, particles. Enough to get a rocket radar, 205 great balls, a couple lure modules as you saw, rare candies, 2 passes for raids, 90 ultra balls. Now we see another regular incubator, 7 of the XL rare candy. Now as you can see here, it shows Articuno candy. Now the reason it shows this is because you can get a Galarian Articuno check from here. Insane, a Galarian bird. If you don't know, you usually get Galarian birds via the blue incense. So the fact that you can get it from this research is absolutely insane. Like it is $8, which is kind of crazy, or you can buy the $10, which basically advances you 10 more ranks, which I would say personally, if I were you, or if I was in your shoes, you're in my shoes, do the $8 one because 10 ranks aren't really worth it. You're still going to complete it. It's just not going to be as quick. I think personally it'd be better to do the $8 one, but you know, you do you. Definitely would pick it up though. Not only because you get a guaranteed Galarian Articuno catch, which is insane on its own, especially because if you get a Galarian bird on the blue incense, it literally has like a 1% catch rate. It is that low. It has like a 95% fleet rate. It's really high. So if you get an encounter through the research, then you'll be able to get it for free, which is pretty cool. And the fact that it won't run away, of course. Or it's not free, but it won't run away is what I mean. Like it won't flee. And then, of course, like, there's other actual good stuff. So there's 200 Great Balls, 90 Ultra Balls, 2 passes, for raids, in-person raids. Poffin, which is nice, Silver Pineapple. And then there's other encounters as well. Some encounters I got was Helioptile. As you can see, there's the Decidueye. But definitely, oh yeah, and I think there's a Dynamax Groupie in there as well. So if you want to catch that, you can. But I think personally this is worth it. Now, when it comes to Galarian birds, I'm going to talk about kind of some methods that I know a lot of people have been using to where if you want to get Galarian birds yourself, here's going to be some tips that will help you. So I've encountered a lot, especially when I used to stream in the morning in Arizona. So I know a good bit when it comes to these Galarian birds. So at the moment, counting, I think I caught two. So I caught that one with a Master Ball, that one's a Master Ball, that one's Ultra Ball, that one's Master Ball. Okay, I caught a fourth Master Ball, one with an Ultra Ball. So the biggest theme when it comes to these Galarian birds is you always want to make sure that you use your daily adventure incense where you found a Galarian bird before. Sounds weird, but that's how I found a lot of my Galarian Zapdoses the most, is where I walk the same path to where I've already found a Galarian bird before. And on top of that, to know where a Galarian bird spawns, it doesn't even necessarily need to be a Galarian bird itself. And what I mean by that is when you get a stage 1 or stage 2 Pokemon spawning on anywhere where you're walking, that's where you know that could be a potential Galarian bird spawn. So some big examples, I believe Swadloon. Swadloon's a big example of a Pokemon that spawns a lot on the blue incense. So when you find one of these, that's how you know that that could be a Galarian bird spot. Some people say like Ducklet and Chimchar. I'm not sure on those, but I know like Stoutland spawns a lot, or the below version Herdier. So this is another example. You see Herdier or Stoutland, you know that's a Galarian bird spot. And then of course, if you see a Galarian bird, you know that's also another thing. Obviously, that's the most beneficial thing. And there's a lot of other things people say. Like for example, I know this has worked for me as well. So not only are you going to find a Galarian bird spot, but always try and do routes and then walk that route. Because the best case scenario is on that route that you walk from one Pokestop to another, that route has a Galarian bird spawn. That's like your biggest goal of it all. I don't know how it correlates, but for some reason it does correlate. I know that sounds very sketchy of some sort, but there's people in the comments that could back it up. I know people that have caught Shundo Galarian birds that use some methods that I'm talking about. So a big thing is walking those routes and again, knowing where those Galarian birds spawn. Another thing as well is with the daily adventure incense, it spawns every 30 seconds as long as you walk enough distance. So a big recommendation is to make sure you're walking the right distance. If you're not walking, to be honest, it's kind of difficult to miss a spawn, but it is possible. Of course, catching the Pokemon makes it quicker as well, comparatively to if you don't catch the Pokemon. And on top of that, using Roar of Time. Now, I'm going to show you basically what Roar of Time is. You get this from the Origin form Dialga. Basically what this does is it distorts the time for 6 minutes. It pauses the timer on the daily adventure incense. Now, usually what I like to do, especially if I would do like an hour-long incense or an hour and a half long incense, I would typically pop a lucky egg and a star piece, just simply because when you use wartime, it pauses everything. So, big recommendation, if you have the time, use Roar of Time, and so you can make your daily adventure incense last a lot longer. So I feel like that's kind of like my best tips for you when it comes to trying to find a Galarian bird. Unfortunately, I have not been able to get a Galarian bird shiny, even though I have found a bunch. If you're wondering on the shiny rates, it's a mix. I hear some people say 1 in 20. I hear some people say 1 in 64. I've even heard people say 1 in 20, 1 in 120. So I've definitely heard of a lot. I've heard of a lot of different opinions on the shiny rates and such like that. So I'm not too sure on that, on when it comes to what the shiny rates are in specific. But just note that they are easier to get compared to like wild spawns. So I wouldn't give up when it comes to hunting for Galarian birds. Always try your best to go for them, especially because of how rare they are. And of course, I've been told this, I don't even follow it, but always try your best to catch it with using methods like making sure you get the excellent throw, throwing a golden raspberry. So like let me show you an example of what some people do when they're trying to catch a Galarian bird. So they throw, let's say, a golden raspberry, and what they'll do is they'll wait for the Pokemon to attack. Well, like then once it does that, then you throw the ball. You have a better chance of hitting it, getting a better throw. You can do like the circle thing as well, like the circle that shows on the Pokemon. You can make it smaller so you can get the excellent throw. I'm not too good at it, so I'm not too worried about it. I low key just chuck the Pokeballs and hope for the best. I surprisingly have caught one like that, but if you really do want to catch it, you probably should use the method of letting the Pokemon attack first, then you throw your Pokeball. So, I want y'all to let me know in the comments below. Did this video help you out? Have you been able to get a shiny Galarian bird before? Or are you still on the hunt like myself? I want to thank y'all so much for showing up. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. Have a fantastic day. I'll see y'all in the next video.